As people might recognize this guy here. He was on the last segment of shows with a kind of a, what would you call that, a stunt bicycle?
Yeah, that was my stunt bike, yeah.
Okay. And Kenny here, and he, I don't know, I'd interviewed some guys that were riding bicycles professionally, and then we interviewed Kenny here, and he attempted a couple jumps. Now, you jumped a couple of beer cans.
Yes.
You even had you wiped out, you had a wreck, and then I just kind of, let you go on your way. It didn't really concern me, but we started getting all this response of everybody was like, who was that guy on that bicycle? And so I tracked him back down. I was like, I'm going to go find this guy and see if we can get him back out here. I just thought maybe that was something you did on the bike once in a while, but you do this basically for a living.
Yeah, I'm a professional stuntman.
Uh-huh.
I go all around and do things, and today I brought the go-kart, as
Right.
you've seen.
Yeah, I've seen it on the trailer now. Is the trailer, this is part of what you travel with?
Yeah, that's I haul all my equipment on this trailer. I'm trying to get a bigger one, but yeah, that's down the road.
Okay. So what kind of stunt are you going to do for us today?
This time, it depends on the time, but the main one I want to do is I'm going to jump through a firing hoop.
On the go-kart?
On the go-kart, yeah.
Okay, so what will this have a ramp and all that stuff?
Yeah, we'll set up the ramp, and if everything goes right, we'll make it right through the firing loop.
Right. What drives a man like you to tempt things like that?
Just tempting death.
Yeah.
It's really adrenaline flow. It's the high, and you get a high off it. You get addicted to it. It's pretty exciting stuff.
Right. Okay. Well, let's get the go-kart out, and I guess set up the ramp, and you're going to jump through a hoop of fire.
Right.
Okay. All right. And I've just been calling you Kenny, but do you go by any certain name?
Well, the professional name is Dangerous Hicks, and I do all the do my stunts under that name.
Okay, so like somebody be Evil Knievel or whatever, you're Dangerous Hicks.
Dangerous Hicks.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Dangerous Hicks here will now attempt to jump through a hoop of fire on a go-kart. Is these cool?
You got the ramp secure.
Ramp secure, differentials. Tires are all pumped up.
It's fueled up.
It's all fueled up.
It can be it can be real dangerous.
Rocks out.
Now you've got the rope gassed up, right?
Yeah, it's soaking. It's soaked real good.
Air in the tires. Make sure I've got plenty of fuel, Dave, because you remember what happened in
We
Buena
got a
Vista.
tire going low here, Ken. I don't like that, but
We'll just have to live with that. At any rate, you know what happened when I ran out of fuel right before I hit the ramp in Buena Vista? I don't want that to happen
again.
again.
Sight.
Okay, you got the gravels out of the seat. We're ready to go. Oil in the crank, right?
Every motor's ready to go.
Okay. Well, we're ready.
All right, we're what I was figuring, I guess this is probably, with the popularity it's gained, going to be a regular segment if you're willing to come on regularly and do these stunts.
Yeah, I would like to do that. It would
Okay.
help me out a lot.
Okay. Now let's talk a little bit. And is it okay if I just refer to you as Dangerous from now on?
Most of my close friends call me Dangerous.
Dangerous. Okay. Now, what exactly? Let's talk a little bit about this jump in a little more technical manner. I see you got your right-hand man here. I guess he kind of takes care of getting your rig ready or preparing your stunts for you.
Yeah, he sets up the ramp and preps the motor and makes sure the tires are aired up, and he makes sure everything's ready to go for me.
Okay. So tell me a little bit about what we're going to do here now.
Okay, what we're going to do, we're going to fire this thing up, and I'm going to get a good run toward the ramp.
Mm-hmm.
And when I'm ready, I'll give David the signal to light the ring.
Okay. Now, and what will your ring of fire here be made out of? I see you've got like a metal loop there.
Yeah.
And then all I've caught on to is Dave here has a rope soaking in the gas tank.
Yeah, the rope acts like a wick, and that's what flames the fire.
Mm-hmm.
it flames the fire.
And I notice you got a helmet there, and I'm assuming the D and the H stands for Dangerous Hicks.
Yeah,
and I also
Dangerous Hicks.
noticed some emblems on the back. I see you got flames down the side.
Yeah.
The dice and the 8-ball.
Yeah, that's lucky, kind of like Lucky Charms or something like that.
All right, and I notice it doesn't really look like an approved Department of Transportation helmet or anything. It actually, to me, it looks like a construction hard hat.
Well, you've got a good eye. That's exactly what it is. We've modified it some. I really can't afford a really top line helmet right yet, and so we're just using this. And this would do for any kind of safety needs I might have, need.
So for stunts or whatever it is you do, these feats that you pull off, then obviously not a lot of money in it.
No, a lot of times they're just freebies, just to thrill the audience, and they seem to like it that way. I mean, risking death and things like that is kind of the way it goes.
Okay. All right. So what we got here then is the ring of fire. He's metal loop. They got the rope soaking in the gas tank. They'll wrap that around the metal loop. Dangerous Hicks will start back at what? 1/8 of a mile, quarter mile?
1/8 of a mile.
What'll be your top speed when you hit?
Somewhere around probably 35 and 40.
35. Dangerous Hicks will hit the ramp and jump through the hoop of fire.
No smoking right now. No smoking right now.
It's gonna be wide enough.
Yeah, I think so.
Ready, boss?
Yeah, fire up.
Ready to go!
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have got some real excitement for you tonight. Let me tell you what. Listen, let's put this on the table. You've lived through the days of Evel Knievel, Joey Chitwood, Marv Albert, and the Crocodile Hunter. Well, let me tell you what. We've got a whole new era here. Ladies and gentlemen, straight from wherever he came from. I'm sorry. You're going to jump through a hoop of fire. Ladies and gentlemen, before I waste any more of your time, let's hear it for Dangerous Hicks.
All right, the engine's running. How do you feel at this point?
Feel great.
Okay, you're not scared.
Well, fear always plays a factor, and that's why I do it. If I didn't get scared during a stunt, I wouldn't find the thrill.
Okay, well, we're ready to watch.
Okay, he can light that up anytime.
All right, good luck, Dangerous.
job.
Wow, dangerous. Whew, you pulled it off.
Yeah, yeah, it did. That was a good jump.
How you feel?
I feel great, man.
What was it like when you went airborne? Like right over? Did the fire scare you or anything like that?
The heat, the heat got to me, and right the last minute, it burnt my goggles off my face, and I couldn't quite see where I was going.
Yeah. Well,
But,
it was something else. I mean, you did it. You pulled through. You went through. You made it. You didn't wipe out, and it was a good jump.
Well, that's what it's all about. You know, pleasing the audience and stuff.
What do the viewers have to look forward to on your next feat?
I'm putting together another go-kart stunt, and but I don't really want to disclose it right yet. It's if I do, they might try to shut me down before I could do it.
Right. And this may be a rumor, just maybe something I heard somewhere, but someone told me that you were possibly planning on jumping the 4-H center.
Yeah, I was going to jump the 4-H center, and then I've got a planned jump. I was going to try to jump Smith Mountain Lake, but I kind of want to work up to that.
The whole lake.
Well, a portion of the lake right there at Hardy. It's Hardy Marina, right there at the Hardy Marina. It's a pretty good distance, so I was going to go off the cliffs and go across over there to the boat docks. That'd be my landing strip, and that's my next big one. I'd like to try to accomplish that before the end of summer.